Can you feel it, faithful? That sudden, jarring shift in momentum, that unsettling tremor that rattles the very foundation of an undefeated season? Just when the San Francisco 49ers seemed invincible, cruising through the NFL with a swagger and precision that made them look like Super Bowl favorites. A single loss, coupled with a deeply concerning injury update, has thrown a wrench into the meticulously crafted machine. Is it fair to feel a pang of frustration, a knot of anxiety, when the future of your championship aspirations suddenly hinges on the health of a single toe? It's a question that cuts to the heart of every fan's hope, every coach's strategy, and every player's determination, reminding us all that in the brutal world of professional football, even the most dominant teams are just one play, one injury away from a seismic shift in their destiny. Welcome to a special report that delves into the sudden cloud hanging over the San Francisco 49ers, a cloud that materialized after their first loss of the season and intensified with a concerning revelation about their starting quarterback, Brock Purdy. This isn't just about a single game's outcome. It's about the delicate balance of an NFL season, the immense pressure on a young signal caller, and the strategic tightrope walk that head coach Kyle Shanahan now faces. We're going to unpack the details of Purdy's performance, the surprising news about his toe injury, and what it all means for a team with Super Bowl aspirations facing an immediate daunting challenge. The scene was set in Jacksonville, a road game that, on paper, felt like another opportunity for the 49ers to assert their dominance. But from the opening whistle, something felt off. The usual crispness, the effortless rhythm that had defined San Francisco's offense through their undefeated start was conspicuously absent. Quarterback Brock Purdy, returning to action after missing 2 games due to a toe injury, looked, for lack of a better word, rusty. He finished the day with 309 passing yards and 2 touchdowns, numbers that, in isolation, might not seem terrible. But the critical details tell a different story. 2 interceptions, uncharacteristic misfires, and an overall lack of the pinpoint accuracy and decisive decision-making that had become his hallmark. The 49ers ultimately fell to the Jacksonville Jaguars 26-21, suffering their first defeat of the season, a loss that felt less like a minor stumble and more like a stark wake-up call. For fans watching, the performance was perplexing. Was it simply the rust of 2 weeks off? Was the pressure getting to him? Or was there something more insidious at play? The answer, it turns out, arrived with a jolt on Monday, courtesy of head coach Kyle Shanahan. In a revelation that sent a ripple of concern through the 49ers faithful, Shanahan suggested that Purdy's toe is, in fact, still not 100%. The quarterback, according to his coach, was experiencing pain after the game. He didn't tell me that during the game, Shanahan clarified, speaking to Cam Inman of the Bay Area News Group. I talked to him on the phone last night, and he said it was starting to bother him, but nothing during the game. This detail, that Purdy felt the pain after the game, but not during it, adds a layer of complexity and concern. It suggests that while he might have been able to push through the discomfort in the heat of battle, the underlying issue remains, and the physical toll of an NFL game is exacerbating it. This isn't just a minor tweak, it's a nagging injury to a crucial part of a quarterback's foundation, impacting his ability to plant, push off, and generate power for throws. For a player whose mobility and ability to extend plays are key components of his game, a compromised toe is far more than a nuisance. It's a potential impediment to his effectiveness. The urgency of Purdy's return against Jacksonville wasn't a matter of choice, it was a necessity born from another unfortunate turn of events. Backup quarterback Mac Jones, who had stepped in admirably during Purdy's absence, suffered a torn ACL in his left knee during practice last week. This devastating injury immediately thrust Purdy back into the starting role, regardless of his physical readiness. The 49ers, a team with legitimate Super Bowl aspirations, simply couldn't afford to go into a crucial game without their starting quarterback or a viable backup. It was a situation that forced their hand, putting Purdy back on the field perhaps sooner than ideal, and now the consequences of that hurried return are beginning to manifest. Speaking to reporters after the game, Purdy himself offered a glimpse into his mindset, though perhaps not the full picture of his physical state. He maintained that his toe felt fine during the actual game, a statement that now stands in stark contrast to Shanahan's Monday update. This discrepancy isn't necessarily a sign of deception, but rather a testament to a quarterback's competitive drive, his desire to downplay injury, and his focus on the task at hand. What he was unequivocally dissatisfied with, however, was his and the offense's overall performance. "We can't do that. It's the NFL," Purdy stated via 49ers web zone, taking full responsibility. "And it all starts with me throwing better balls and being smart with the ball. So I think it all starts there, and I just need to get better. But other than that, as an offense, it's something that we preach every day, and our team knows that." These comments reveal the fierce competitor within Purdy, a player who holds himself to the highest standards. He understands the gravity of his position and the impact his play has on the team's success. His willingness to shoulder the blame, to acknowledge his shortcomings, is a hallmark of a true leader. Yet, the underlying physical issue, the pain that emerged after the adrenaline wore off, cannot be ignored. It casts a long shadow over his self-assessment and raises critical questions about his ability to perform at an elite level if he's not fully healthy. The timing of this injury update couldn't be worse for the 49ers. The loss to the Jaguars was their first of the season, a setback that, while not catastrophic, certainly takes some of the shine off their previously perfect record. Now they must prepare for a rapid turnaround, a brutal short week culminating in a Thursday night football showdown against the Los Angeles Rams, a team that boasts a respectable 3-1 record and will undoubtedly be looking to make a statement against their division rivals. For a quarterback who is feeling pain on Monday, the prospect of playing again just 3 days later is incredibly daunting. The recovery window is minimal, the opportunity for treatment and rest severely limited. This isn't just a physical challenge, it's a mental and emotional gauntlet for Purdy, who will have to push through discomfort and perform under the brightest lights. The implications of Purdy's compromised health are far-reaching for the 49ers. Their entire offensive scheme, predicated on timing, play action, and Purdy's ability to make quick decisions and occasional plays with his legs, relies heavily on a fully functional quarterback. If his toe continues to bother him, it could impact his accuracy, his ability to step into throws, and his mobility in the pocket, all of which are critical for sustained offensive success. This isn't just about winning one game. It's about protecting their franchise quarterback for the long haul, ensuring he's healthy for a potential deep playoff run. Kyle Shanahan and his coaching staff will have to walk a fine line between pushing Purdy to perform and risking further injury that could sideline him for an extended period. The strategic adjustments, the play calling, and even the practice intensity will all need to be carefully considered in light of this new information. So, as the San Francisco 49ers brace themselves for a pivotal Thursday night clash, the narrative has shifted dramatically. What began as a story of an undefeated juggernaut has quickly evolved into a tale of resilience, strategic challenges, and the ever-present specter of injury. Brock Purdy's health is now, without a doubt, the paramount concern for the team. His ability to manage the pain, to perform effectively on a quick turnaround, will not only dictate the outcome against the Rams, but will also serve as a crucial barometer for the remainder of the 49ers season. The fine line between pushing through pain for the team and risking long-term damage is one that Purdy, Shanahan, and the entire organization must navigate with extreme care. The hopes of a championship season, once soaring, now feel a little more fragile, resting squarely on the health of their young quarterback's toe. What are your thoughts? How concerned are you about Brock Purdy's toe injury, especially with the quick turnaround to Thursday night football? Do you think the 49ers should rest him? Or does the urgency of the season demand he plays through the pain? Let us know your predictions for the Rams game and your overall outlook for the 49ers in the comments below. And if you appreciate this in-depth analysis of the NFL's most pressing stories, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more exclusive reports.